The rules of this challenge are simple. We'll randomly select building materials using a custom-designed Terraria wiring system. Each chest selected will contain a limited selection of materials that we can take with us onto the final challenge. Once our materials have been chosen, we'll spend a short time in the paint booth where we can experiment with our materials and select 3 colors of paint to bring with us to the final build. In the final part of the challenge, we'll build something awesome in a new Terraria world using only the materials we've been given. Welcome to the party, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 2 of Let's Build Roulette, and we are starting things off with the furniture round. Our first furniture set is the Pearlwood set, so some light browns and some nice teal. And our second is the Boreal furniture set, so a darker wood tone with some darker blues. In the block selection round, we'll be selecting 3 chests at random and choosing 2 different blocks from each for a total of 6 blocks in our final build. Take a look on screen at all of our choices, each column representing one of the 3 randomly selected chests. In this episode, we'll be taking mudstone, brick, and chain from the first chest, yellow team block and smooth granite block from the second, and finally we'll be taking cloud and meteorite brick. In the wall selection round, we'll again be selecting 3 chests at random and choosing 2 different wall types from each. Take a look on screen now to see all of our options for today, each column again representing one of the 3 randomly selected chests. In today's episode, we'll be taking the rich mahogany wall and red stained glass from the first chest, cactus wall and blue brick wall from the second, and finally crystal block wall and sapphire gemspark. In the decoration round, we'll only be selecting 1 chest at random, but we'll be able to take 3 of the items from it. This chest has tons of banners and different types of decorations for us to use in our final build. Today we'll be using the blue light, armored skeleton banners, and red torches. All that remains now is to select our 3 colors of paint, so let's head over to the paint booth. After spending some time in the paint booth, we'll be selecting blue paint, deep red paint, and black paint. Let's head to the final build. Here is the result of the second episode of our Let's Build Roulette series, and this was a really difficult build. The theme behind this build is kind of strange. So when we were playing around in the paint booth, we kind of found that like blues and reds looked pretty good with the materials we had together. Initially, this idea came from painting the meteorite brick black, and I really like the black with the yellow highlight there that it gives it. So that was what kind of started the inspiration for the build. And yeah, the reason it was tough, you saw in the montage, I redid the lava flows quite a bit and ultimately settled on something that was a little more subtle rather than going with like the full lava spread or volcano under the base. And I think it looks good. There's more that I could do to it. This definitely didn't have all the landscaping like fleshed out, so this side over here is just kind of plain, but it makes for a good enough screenshot, so it looks good for me. But yeah, we definitely aimed for kind of a gaudy look, and they're weird colors to go together. It's not really a color scheme you normally see, but I think in the underworld it gives it a really kind of creepy, haunted vibe, and I like that. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. The blue lights turned out to be way more useful than I thought they'd be initially, so that turned out nice. And yeah, I think the reason it was such a difficult build was we didn't take a lot of natural blocks, which kind of made it difficult to do landscaping. All we really had were cloud blocks and the mudstone brick. So not a lot of options there to mix up the look of these like mountainous, rocky kind of things. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I did learn a little something about this challenge that I hadn't really thought of when I came up with it. And that's to do with the furniture sets. The first episode we had the cactus set that kind of drove the whole design of the base. And this episode we just had two different wooden sets, which I think ultimately made the build harder. When we drew the cactus set the first episode, we at least had kind of a bold color choice that we sort of had to stick to, whereas taking two wooden sets kind of leaves everything open, which I think may have made our block and wall selection a little shaky at best. Going back and looking at our options, there were definitely some better choices we could have taken, but I'm pretty happy with this. It was a really fun challenge, and we got all the materials in here that we chose, so I call it a success. So hopefully you all enjoyed it as well. If you did, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, all that good stuff. And yeah, that's going to wrap up our second build. I do want to let you know the Roulette series is going to be moving to Sundays, so this upcoming Sunday there won't be an episode, but the following week is when we'll pick it up with the new schedule. If you're a regular on the channel and are also watching our Let's Plays, know that the days will stay the same, so our Healer episode will come out on Mondays and our Scavenger series will come out on Saturdays, but we are going to be pushing the time back. If you're like me and kind of incorporate YouTube into your morning routine, I want to make sure you guys got videos to wake up to. So the new time will be 6 a.m. Eastern Standard, so a little earlier in the morning there. I usually have these episodes done a day or so ahead, so I'll post them to release a little bit earlier for all you guys. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed the build and enjoyed the episode. And yeah, that's all for now. So we will see you next time.